What's up, guys? BK Mom TV here, and today we're gonna ball first, obviously, but we're gonna get into the video topic after I make the shot. Yeah, obviously that shit winning. I'm like the best basketball player ever, obviously. So in today's video we're gonna be discussing spoiled versus entitlement, or as I should say, being spoiled versus being entitled. Now, this is a topic that could honestly, this is the first time ever, where I could, in between, transition topics. Like, they both are things that you don't really want, but they're both things that, obviously, one's way worse than the other. Obviously, you don't want one or the other, but for the sake, we're just gonna go through each of the ones. So, we're gonna go through being entitled, then we're gonna go through being spoiled, and all that stuff, and we'll meet you at the end of the video. Till then, see you all. We're out in the real world. I don't care what anyone thinks. Of me, walking by here right now, obviously. But we're out here filming. TV's important, so top priorities, right? So let's get into this one. So first of all, what is being entitled mean? Being entitled means that you expect everything to be handed to you, even if you do little to no work. Now, being spoiled is the other way. That means you get everything handed to you. So this topic of being spoiled came up in my arsenal, obviously. So I was watching your boy Dr. Phil, and this one episode came on where this chick had a 15th birthday, and what happened was 15, big age, right? So she got a dope / nice Mercedes, no, not Mercedes, Lexus car. But what I'm trying to say here is that, so she got a nice Lexus on her 15th birthday, which is, for her 15th birthday, I didn't even think of a car on my 15th birthday. Obviously here. I didn't even think of that. But, obviously her mom did. So, what her mom did was, she gave her daughter the Lexus a day before her birthday. We're thinking now, this mom is wicked generous. This mom is like, she busting balls here. So her daughter, can have a really nice birthday. And what does the daughter do? Cry about it. Come on, obviously, if something's not right, just, cry about it, whine about it. And the whole thing was just, messed up, and her mom was just pissed, obviously. Because it's a Lexus, and she complained that it wasn't the right car. I'm like, look, if I got a car, I don't even care. As long as it drives, I'm fine with it. It is your opinion to really like your car, but if someone goes out of their way, really hard to get something like that for you, I think you should definitely be thankful for it, and you should definitely be thankful for the boys, because, they're always coming in clutch. But then there's being entitled. Being entitled is, like I said back there, always thinking you're, deserve to have something, even though you didn't have it. Now, I could take this example and just throw it a million directions that way, and that way too, but we could say, well, let's think here. Well, I worked my butt off. Of course I do. I'm on TV. So, what I'm trying to speak at here is that I have this big YouTube channel. Well, not big. I have this YouTube channel. Am I entitled to have this channel? No. But do I still have it? Yes. It's like I work hard. I put out videos as much as possible. I'm earning my viewers. I'm earning my money. Not money, but I'm earning, it's like I'm earning it. I'm deserving to have this because I'm putting in the time and the effort to make a YouTube channel for everyone to enjoy here. I ain't really being entitled in that case. But if I was entitled, I would just say, everything's just handed to me. But then you could also argue, well, if you're spoiled, everything's handed to you too. You don't have to work for anything because it's all there. Now, when you were a kid, when I was a kid, when everyone here was probably a kid, they got stuff handed to them. Our parents thought that we were the real bread and butter. We were everything. They couldn't upset us. That got away fine with the kid, but once you're like, I mean, yeah, so that got away fine when we were like 7 or 8, whatever. But nowadays, we're older, we're growing up, and it doesn't really, imply that we're going to get everything. But what else was interesting was that kids would have allowances at like, 12 or whatever, and in that allowance, they would be like, your parents would be like, oh yeah, you can buy that thing, but you're going to pay for it with your allowance money. Now, I don't know how many kids that kind of upset me. I'm like, come on, Mom, just, like, sauce over that money, Give me some of that. Give me some of that shit. But yeah, that's what I thought, It's like, she honestly would pay for it if I was like $1 short, always come in clutch. Your parents will always come in clutch for you, by the way, kids. But what I'm saying is that I worked for the money. I would back in the house or mow the lawn or take out the trash or whatever, and you would work hard for that money because you earned it. You took the sacrifice, you earned it. That's what I'm saying. I ain't really being entitled because I earned my allowance money. It wasn't just given to me. Obviously. Yeah, so we're going to keep firing on this more, so let's just get into some more examples. Oh, I just had like a brain fart. We go on social media, and all we see are people with big Benzes and houses. Big Benzes? Is that the thing? They have G-Wagons, rather. They're going to dances. They're going to the big game. Yeah, the big game. Yeah, big football game. Whatever. Good stuff, obviously. But good and dandy stuff, obviously. But then us over here, we are observers. We think that they have so much stuff, They're definitely spoiled. They're definitely like this. So, and then we just feel down on ourselves, And then there you go. Instagram or whatever, other Facebooks or whatever, they show us that, people can pretend to be spoiled. They don't have to pretend to be spoiled, but it paints an image that these people are spoiled. They get to have all this fun and whatever, fine and dandy with me. But that's not even besides the fact. The fact is that it's painting this picture that, we've said a million times here on this channel, Wild TV. It is ruining your confidence, and it's painting this fake picture that everything is sunshine and rainbows, but in reality, you gotta earn it. So we're gonna throw entitlement in. We're gonna throw entitlement in because it obviously fits here. These people will go on social media and think they're entitled to everything they deserve, when it's not. They don't work hard. I'm a big like, I hate fake reality Instagram soccer mom bullshit. I'm like, obviously you guys know I don't like that stuff. And when kids are being spoiled, it drives my guts even harder, because all of us out here, we're trying to work hard. We don't care that your kids have nice toys. Well, the boys we all care. The boys care that they have nice toys. But besides the fact, we don't care that your kid is having a really nice birthday party. We don't, obviously. The parents do, and the people there themselves do. But that's not the fact. The fact is that we don't care that your guys are having these nice and fun experiences, because we know behind that camera, your life isn't perfect. At all times, it's not going well. Sometimes it's not going well. But you will never show us that. I don't know if this one would come up a lot, but like, nowadays, I don't think there's like much kids who are spoiled. I mean, obviously there are people out there who that still think that everything should be handed to them. There was this one little girl, like it was some Dr. Phil patient. Obviously, all these patients are coming from Dr. Phil. Obviously, he's the dog himself. Like, she thought that the world was owed to her. They thought, and can we forget like little Tay, how she would flex in like little fancy apartment buildings? and then act like a 9-year-old whiny girl when like nothing would get her way. I bet that's gonna put up a few hairs on people's backs. Like it's gonna scare them. Like, oh God, it's not little Tay again. But she was a victim that I would say to being spoiled. She was handed everything. She didn't have to work hard. She would just flex with millions and millions of dollars, and ultimately, in the end, that's why we don't know her anymore. Because that shit don't last in this game. In this game, it don't last. But then you could also argue, well, maybe she was entitled. Like, she thought she was entitled to have all this stuff because she didn't do much. Now, okay, so let's actually... I feel like I've been talking about spoiled girls and people all the time, but let's actually talk about the case of being entitled. So, I asked my brother, whatever, if I can borrow his bike. He don't use it that much, and I asked him, hey, can I use your bike? I need to, I need to go to work. I need to use it. If you're that close, obviously, go on the bikes, man. Save on the gas mileage. But so I asked him to use my bike. No, fuck. So I asked my brother if I could use his bike. He says yes, but on one condition. He's like, make sure nobody else farts on the seat, because that's gross, and make sure that you lock it up and make sure nobody steals it, or make sure nobody pours paint on it, or no, I should say mud on it. Whoever pour mud on a bike is obviously kind of a douche. So yeah. So I get to work, I lock the bike, but someone just pours mud on it. Now he's not happy about it, but then I was like, okay, look, I'll clean off the paint for you. I'll pay off all the damages if there was any, and can we be on our way, capiche? And he capiches on it. He says that's okay. I compromised there and said, hey, shit happens, but we're just gonna, we just gotta keep going. I keep using this bike for now and on. I keep using it to, for whatever, to work and stuff. And one day, my friend just sits on the bike and just decides to take a big fart on it. Like, it smelled so bad. I'm like, oh, make me out of me. So he goes to the cushion and he's like, oh, this smells so bad. So, and then he's like, okay, I don't want to go and use my bike. So now I'm like, it's not even no way to get to work. I literally have to, go full cross country mode to get to work. He's not having me, people, dirtying up his bike and farting on the seat. I wouldn't be happy about that either. But it really drove his gears up, and he just was not happy about it. Now, I could have been like, well, I'm entitled to have that bike because I use it every day. But no, you weren't, because you broke the agreement. You let your friend fart on the seat. The seat smelled bad. On the flip side of being spoiled, I think nowadays you see a lot of people throwing the word entitlement, whatever. Honestly, you guys don't hear. You're entitled to your own opinion, but you see a lot nowadays that people think they're entitled to think that everybody is going to be if they're not the way they think, or they're not the person that they are, then they're just complete idiots. Or for example, they like AOC, but the other guy likes let's see what her name, Ted Cruz. So the person who likes Ted Cruz thinks that AOC is an idiot, and everyone who likes AOC are complete liberals. Well, they are liberals, but they're evil communists, BLM, defund the police idiots. Now, I don't think that's the way to go about it. The way to go about it is you have to be like, okay, look, we may not like everything, but hey, we're still cool. How would you like it? Everyone thinks nowadays that everyone has to think like them. Or, oh yeah, let's go back to the, being spoiled explanation. Everyone thinks nowadays that everything is owed to them. Not everybody, but like kids nowadays a lot more will think that like, oh, I'm entitled to have the iPad because I did nothing for it, obviously. So I mean, it brings you back to that, like, are people becoming spoiled because our parents are giving us everything? I don't remember much times I was told no, even up to recently. I'm like, it's fine, mom, or whatever, dad. I can take an L for now and not go see that movie or not go. But they, maybe they still don't want to upset us. So you gotta run to that example where maybe not, your parents don't want to, still piss you off. I mean, nobody wants to piss you off, but like, sometimes you just gotta let shit hit the fan that you have to do this to do that. And that's what I think nowadays people aren't realizing. People don't realize that you have to work for something, and eventually you'll get it. Alright, final points I would like to add. Where the heck would you put the Karens at? Are they spoiled or are they entitled? For me, I said they'll be leaning, obviously towards, you know, entitled, obviously, because they think like they deserve special treatment over others. Like, they'll always complain about, not having to do the same stuff. Like they don't want to wear a mask in a store. They don't want to, do all these stuff that like we all have to go through. They think they deserve special treatment, right? I'm like, nah. So remember, kids, be careful for Karens. Ladies and gentlemen, folks, Lexus does make nice cars. But that's besides the fact. Woo! Damn, he's got a nice bike. Let's buy. Obviously, come on, obviously I did. Come on, say the car was on my 15th birthday. I'm telling you, that's a nice whip. Maybe one of them things. And that's gonna do it for today's video, guys. If you enjoyed it, I recommend you guys please like and share this. And remember, guys, have a flipping amazing day.